There's an object hidden in museum basements and dusty storage rooms across the world. An object that, despite its modest size, might hold the key to rewriting the origin story of human civilization. It's not a pyramid, it's not a temple, it's a vase. A granite vase, to be exact, small, unassuming, and yet impossibly precise. These ancient stone vessels, some no bigger than a football, may be the clearest evidence we have that our ancestors possessed a level of technology that defies everything we've been told about the ancient world. At first glance, the vases appear ordinary, cracked and worn, tucked away in glass cases or forgotten drawers. But when modern technology is applied, laser scans, CT imaging, and microscopic analysis, these humble artifacts reveal something extraordinary. They are not simply old, they are impossibly old and impossibly advanced. They represent a level of craftsmanship that matches and in some cases exceeds what we can do today with high-end aerospace equipment. First, let's talk about age. These vases are not the handiwork of pharaohs. They don't come from the well-documented dynastic periods of Egyptian history. They are far older, pre-dynastic, found in burials that predate pyramids, hieroglyphs, and centralized Egyptian states. Many are linked to the Nakadatu culture, which flourished before 3100 BC. Some, found in southern Egypt and northern Sudan, may date as far back as 12,000 to 14,000 years ago. Their age isn't disputed. Archaeologists agree on their timeline. What is disputed is how they were made, because everything we know says they should not exist. Over the last decade, researchers have scanned these vases using high-resolution tools. The findings are mind-bending. Many show circularity and concentric symmetry, accurate to within 2 to 4 thousandths of an inch. That's the kind of tolerance you see in jet turbine blades and surgical instruments. Some go even further, sub-micron precision, beyond the limits of human touch or vision. To put that in context, a single sheet of paper is about 6 thousandths of an inch thick. These vases were carved in granite, basalt, diorite, even quartz crystal, yet maintain tolerances tighter than a modern engineer would expect from a factory. And here's where it gets even more baffling. Many of the vases have handles. Now, in modern machining, switching tools mid-process, especially to carve around protrusions like handles, introduces tiny calibration errors. You lose symmetry. But when these ancient vases are measured, there is no drop in precision. The same sub-millimeter accuracy exists in the handle zones. That leaves only two possibilities. Either these ancient craftsmen were better at positional calibration than we are today, or they produce these forms in a single continuous pass using a tool with at least 5 axes of movement. That's not a hammer and chisel, that's a CNC mill. Now add to that the issue of materials. Granite is not friendly, it's not soft limestone, it's a composite of quartz, feldspar, and mica, each with different hardness levels. Machining it requires a tool capable of adjusting to microscopic variation and resistance. If you go too fast, you rip the grains out. If you go too slow, you burn your tool. And yet, these ancient vases are perfectly polished. Some are translucent. One, documented by Egyptologist Flinders Petrie, was just 1/40th of an inch thick, like a stout playing card, in granite, and still intact. But this wasn't a one-off miracle. This was an industry. Over 50,000 hardstone vessels were found beneath the Step Pyramid at Saqqara. Many more exist in museums and private collections. Experts estimate over 100,000 of these vases have survived. They were made in massive quantities, some from exotic materials like lapis lazuli, which has no known source in Egypt. The closest quarry is in Afghanistan. This means that sometime before the first pharaohs, a culture capable of aerospace-level precision was working with imported ultra-hard stone on an industrial scale. And then come the tool marks. Several vases exhibit classic spiral grooves, signatures of tubular drills. Petrie's core number 7, extracted from granite, shows a spiral groove that implies a feed rate hundreds of times faster than modern diamond drills. In some cases, drill marks were left inside the lip of a vase, then polished, but not erased. It's like a forgotten technician left their signature behind, never expecting it to be seen thousands of years later. Orthodox explanations fall apart under scrutiny. Egyptologists often suggest that the ancient craftsmen used copper tubes and sand as a grinding medium. But to test this, researchers scanned vase fragments with a scanning electron microscope. If copper tools were used, we'd expect microscopic traces embedded in the grooves. Instead, they found none. What they did find were particles of iron, zinc, tin, and most shockingly, titanium. In one case, a tiny fragment of pure titanium was found embedded in the wall of a granite vase. Titanium wasn't used industrially until the 20th century. It doesn't occur in metallic form in nature and has to be smelted. And yet, there it was, wedged into an artifact thousands of years old. And the rabbit hole goes deeper. Nuclear physicists analyzing the radiation signature of several vases found something astonishing. Precision vessels showed 2 to 3 times the thorium decay product compared to unworked base rock or non-precision vases. One quartz vessel even carried a detectable signature of cesium-137, an artificial radioactive isotope not found in nature. These anomalies suggest that the vases were not only shaped with advanced tools but possibly exposed to high-energy machining processes unknown to us. One emerging hypothesis, still in its early stages, is something called nuclear machining, the idea that radiation could be directed to a plate or vaporized stone with microscopic accuracy. Imagine a kind of radiation-based lathe, not unlike a lightsaber, that leaves a radioactive fingerprint behind. It sounds like science fiction until you see the data. Then there's the geometry. Many of the vases show deliberate proportions tied to mathematical constants, pi, phi, and the Fibonacci sequence. Their form was not only functional but symbolic. Whoever made them understood advanced geometry and may have encoded that knowledge into these seemingly mundane containers. In this sense, the vases are not just artifacts. They're messages, perhaps deliberately designed to outlast any written record. Put all of this together, and what emerges is a message that somewhere in our distant past, long before dynastic kings and scribes, a people lived who understood materials, mathematics, machining, and perhaps even radiation. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, subscribe to Ancient Epochs for more.